This is going to be a very raw, just honest video. So if you're somebody who's, doubting your faith and, battling with your faith at certain times, then this is the video for you. Because I've been there. Like, I grew up as a Catholic, my whole life. I went to CCD, Catholic school. I did all these things and I learned all these things, and I grew up around this. And during those times of me growing up, I never really had a real relationship with God, and I didn't really believe in God. Like, I had this idea, like, oh yeah, maybe he's real, maybe he's not, I don't know, but I didn't really have a real relationship with the Lord, and I had a lot of doubts, for sure. And after, CCD and making my confirmation, which is like 8th and 9th grade, throughout high school, I just kind of didn't really think about God very much. Just kind of went through my life, started going to the gym, started meeting girls, started going to parties, started drinking and smoking and having all this fun. And I lost God. And I didn't even, have any sort of relationship with him whatsoever. I wasn't really thinking about him. He definitely wasn't top of mind. And it wasn't until I met my girlfriend, who I'm with now, where I got that reminder of the Lord, because she had a relationship, with him. And I saw that, and she brought it to my attention again, and I started to read into things, and I started to learn things, and I started to cultivate my relationship with the Lord. And I've had experiences, with God that have really made me firm in my belief. However, I still get doubts all the time. I still feel uncertain all the time. I still struggle with faith all of the time. And I'm still learning. Like, I'm very new to my faith. I have so much to learn. I have so much more to understand, to grasp, and to read. But what I do know is that faith is very important. It's very important. And the things that have helped me with my faith, I'm going to share with you, because I believe that they can help you with yours as well. So what it is in my mind is God is with us, right? God is always with us. He's always here. He's always around us. He's always surrounding us. But he may not always be responsive or be in direct communication or, be directly in your life, but he's still there. He's still watching, right? It's like, it's like us looking at fish in a pond. The fish can't really tell we're there, but we can see the fish, right? And we know what they're doing. And if there are fish and we love them, we feed them, we take care of them, but they might not know where that food's coming from exactly, right? It's kind of similar with God. And if you're doubting, if you're doubting your faith and sometimes struggling with certain difficult questions, for example, like, oh, if God's real, how can cancer be real? Or how can, maybe you lost somebody close to you. How would he allow me to lose this person? We've all had feelings like that. We've all been there. But the truth is that God is not evil, right? And he's here for us, and he's good, and he's the best thing in the world, the best thing in the universe, the most good, loving being or entity that there is. We have to trust in him, and we have to love him. And, a big point I want to make, and I've seen this with a lot of other people who are Christian or maybe even religious, is they either don't make religion a priority at all, like whatsoever. They just kind of have it in the background, kind of like how I did when I was growing up, or they dive into it, they believe it so deeply, but they don't live it out, right? They don't act on it. And what I mean by this is you'll see people who are, so deep into the word and so in love with God, but they don't take care of themselves. Like, they're still out of shape. They're still, not making the money that they should be. They still don't take care of themselves, or, dress properly, or build good relationships, or learn how to speak properly. And I just think to myself, that's a shame, because I'm here to serve the Lord and to be the best version of myself that I can, so I can help to, spread his name through my being, through just who I am. And in order to do that, I believe we have to be in good shape. We have to look good. We have to take care of our hygiene. We have to build a disciplined mind. We have to learn how to speak, to convey our messages with others. We have to learn how to bring abundance into our life, to, make a good income. Because, abundance is our birthright. Being rich is not a bad thing. God put us on this earth to be in abundance. He created us with all of the fruits we could possibly ever need or desire on this planet, right? Abundance is our birthright. We're all meant to have money, have access to food, have access to do the things that we want to do, of course, being that it's not sinful, right? That's what I believe. I believe we were, put on this earth to have fun and to be in peace and to work hard and to do it under God's name. And going back to the point of, doubting faith and how to deal with that, I believe one of the best ways to do it is actually getting into the gym. And that's, a common message I talk about in these videos. But getting in the gym and, getting in shape has helped me so much with my relationship with God. And the reason for that is because, faith is a difficult thing. Nobody will tell you faith is easy. Like, it's not easy to love your enemies. It's not easy to forgive people who've done horrible things. That's not an easy ask or an easy task. And it's, can sometimes be difficult or easy to doubt God when you see so much evil, right? When you see, little kids dying in car accidents and, we wonder, why is that happening? Faith is not an easy thing by any means. So you must be disciplined in your faith. And that's how, religion and me being close with God and this advice that I'm sharing has helped me with my faith. Because as I've become disciplined in the gym, as I've worked out, as I've developed a strong, rigid routine, and I've consistently woken up at the same time every single day, I've consistently pushed my body and teared my muscles apart every single day, as I've consistently tracked every piece of food that enters my mouth every single day, and I've consistently eaten the right foods and, pushed away the bad foods over years and years. And I've done all these things and I've built this discipline in the gym. I was able to, once I've decided and once I realized the truth of Christ, and once I've realized that, I want a relationship with the Lord, and I realized that his way is the truth and all these things, and I started building a relationship with the Lord, I was able to take that discipline and, take that drive and that hunger in the gym and take that and transfer it over to my relationship with God. And that's how I've been able to be, strong in my faith. Because of course I still doubt all the time, constantly. But I've been able to be strong in my faith and consistent in my relationship with God because I've been able to be consistent in the gym, right? Now, instead of waking up early every single day and going to the gym, I wake up at the same time, but I open up the Bible and I read the Word. And then I take notes on the Word, and then I journal on the Word, and then I pray to God. And I do that every single morning. And then I go to the gym. That combination of, faith and steel or faith and iron, whatever you want to call it, is a strong combination. You're setting yourself up to win, to have a beautiful life if you wake up and the first thing you do is connect with God. Then the next thing you do is you go and you work out and you train your body, you train your mind. Because there's 3 areas of health. There's mental health, there's spiritual health, and there's physical health. When you start your morning like that, you're knocking each of those pieces down, right? You're getting the physical health working out, you're getting the spiritual health connecting with God, and you're getting the mental health by training your body and seeing the fruits of your effort, of seeing, all that work you've been putting in each day at the gym start to actually get you pretty amazing results, Like, you don't see the changes day by day in the gym, but all of a sudden a month later or a week later, you look back on a picture and you're like, oh my gosh, my arms got so much bigger, or look how much leaner I am, or look how much more jacked I am, right? So if you can build that discipline and that, I call it a morning ritual. That's what I like to call it in my head instead of a morning routine. I have this morning ritual built out that every single day I do it. It does not matter if I'm at a hotel. It does not matter if I'm, out of town. It does not matter if I fell asleep at 3 a.m. It doesn't matter. I wake up at 6 a.m. every single day. I read the word of the God every single day. I journal on it every single day, and I pray every single day, and I work out every single day. And if you don't believe that, or if you want to see it, or if you want to follow me along in this ritual that I've created, follow me on Instagram, because I post it every single day, and you can watch the journey, and you can see what I'm doing. You can message me or whatever. But this is the idea. The idea is, you have this ritual. As a man, you have this ritual. You commit to it. You act on it every single day, and you check off these boxes of mental health, physical health, spiritual health. And not only are you building a relationship with God, but you're also, building a mental fortitude, and you're building a good physique so that, the people around you can see how good you are and see how well you're doing. Because if you go from somebody who's, waking up at 12 in the morning or 12 p.m., if you go from someone who's waking up at 12 p.m., who's out of shape, who's jerking off, who's watching porn, who's undisciplined, who, just has that negative aura around them, that stinkiness to them, that stank to them, who doesn't cut their hair, who doesn't dress right. And you go from that person who all of a sudden has a six-pack, all of a sudden is waking up at 6 a.m, all of a sudden is happy all the time, is joyful all the time, all of a sudden working on their business, all of a sudden, they're taking care of themselves, and they cut their hair right, and their skin's glowing, and all of a sudden they're dressing the right way. People are going to see that and wonder, wow, what's changed in him? And then if you tell them that it was the power of God, then they're going to be drawn to that. They're going to want to follow the Lord, So doing these things and taking care of yourself is also you committing to God, because you're sharing his message through yourself. So keep that in mind as well. You working on your body, you working to be the best version of yourself is also you serving God. It's also you serving God, because you're being the beautiful, you're becoming the beautiful flower that has been planted from God, right? We are his seeds planted in this vast forest. And some of us, might only sprout into a little bean plant, and that's okay, and he still loves us, but we need to strive to sprout into, a beautiful, tall redwood tree. That's what we need to strive to do. And, that's done not just through reading the word and then, screwing off for the rest of the day, but reading the word and implementing it and sharing it and taking action on it and building up your physique and building up your mind and being successful and dressing right and making money. That's how we can best serve the Lord. And that's how you can also avoid doubting your faith, right? Because it's so easy to doubt. It's very, very easy to doubt. And the other thing too is it's easy to watch videos like this or to read the Bible and have this amazing connection and this amazing feeling with God and be so committed. But then, when you get into one of these moments where you're actually tested, that's when it's difficult. When something actually bad happens, or when you've been praying to the Lord for days and days and weeks and you don't hear anything back, or you don't, get that sign, or you don't feel his presence, then it gets easier to doubt. But what we have to remember is the way we have a relationship with the gym, or the way we're disciplined in other areas of our lives, the way we're disciplined in our work and our business, is how we need to be disciplined with God. Because for my people, who are making money with business, or who are, doing well financially, the lesson of delayed gratification. That you have to put effort in for a long period of time to get, that result you're looking for, to get that big paycheck or that promotion or that first client. We know this. So it's the same with God. Like, it's not just going to happen overnight. You have to take the lessons you've learned from other pieces of life and connect that into your relationship with God. And when you do that, you won't, it'll be much easier to stay strong in your faith, to build that unshakable faith. But to me, the most important, connection here is the gym, taking control of your physique, having a lean, aesthetic, jacked physique, and being disciplined in the gym, and coupling that with discipline in Lord. Because the way you do one thing, discipline in the Lord, because the way you do one thing is the way that you do everything, right? The way that you make your bed in the morning, the way that you, clean your room, is the way that your mind, the state of your mind will be in. Like if you have a messy room, if you have a messy car, you will have a messy, disorganized mind. How hard you push in the gym is also going to be how hard you push in your work or in your relationship with God. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. So when you can be disciplined in your training and your nutrition and build these habits, then you can be also disciplined in your faith with God. And, then you won't have doubts. Then you won't, feel uncertain as much, right? You'll be confident. You'll build this unshakable ground, which cannot even be tested. So that's why I believe, if as believers in Christ, as Christians, I believe that it's very important. We take care of our temple, our vessel, and we build it to be strong. We build it to look good, and we build it to be good. And we build discipline, not just in our faith, which, yes, that's seek first the kingdom of God. That is the most important. Be disciplined in your faith and seek out goodness and knowledge and wisdom in your faith, but also seek it out, in your fitness, in your health, and in your speech, in your business. And that's how we can all serve God. Imagine if every business owner was a strong, devoted Christian, how good things we would be. We need people, we need good Christians in the pharmaceutical industry, which aren't going to, sell drugs to the wrong people. We need, strong Christians teaching fitness so that, these young girls aren't just trying to get in shape to have a big butt for vanity, so they can look good and post TikTok videos of them twerking, right? We need strong Christians in all areas of life. So become a master of the word, seek first the kingdom of God, and then do what it is you're meant to do. And maybe that is spread the word more, or maybe that is, start that business, start that supplement business, or, start that online business, or do what it is you're meant to do, keeping God at the center of it. But for me, the discipline to be, convicted in my faith has always come from the discipline I learned in the gym. And I believe step one, everything starts in the mind, okay? Everything starts in the mind. That's like level 0. But it can be difficult to master your mind and to master your spiritual realm because you can't see it, right? You cannot see your mental health. You cannot see your spiritual relationship with God. It's intangible. It's all in your head, in your spirit. So level 0, of course, is your mind. It's your spirit. But level 1 is your physique. It's the physical. The physical world is level 1. So if you can master your body first, as a byproduct, you will also be mastering your mind from that discipline and mastering your spirit if you take that discipline and build it, towards your relationship with God. And when you can do these things, then you will not doubt your faith, right? You will still struggle with it, of course. Like the feeling will still come up. That voice in your head will still be there, but you will have that discipline and that willpower to actually resist, that doubt, and to be strong in your faith and to, look up to God always. And, that's what we're all striving for. That's the mission, and, that's the goal. These are just my thoughts on it. I'm nothing but a humble servant of God. I'm just sharing my story and sharing my wisdom and what I believe will help others. But I'm still a student and I'm still learning. But what I do know a lot about is the gym and getting in shape. So if you want to hear more about that as well, you can check out my Instagram. But that's it for this one, guys. Take care. Have a blessed day, and peace.